Paige.
Yeah.
While you were gone, I told them what Daisy did.
Yeah, that
Wild.
happened. Alright, we should be back live on the Twitch.
Oh, Paige, I'm gonna be making D20 Dragon Balls. We're gonna see how it goes.
Okay, so I watched Dragon Ball as a kid, but not a lot, but I fucking want these now.
Same.
Another reason y'all should follow Bridget on her Etsy, because she's making the shit. It's amazing.
Well, I'm starting it tonight, so we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. Also,
That's
I've
amazing.
only seen 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. In reality, nobody comes to me.
Hey. I honestly don't think there's much difference between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so you're good.
It's just
I have
so
never
much
seen
better.
any Dragon Ball.
Only Dragon Ball.
I've seen up to General Blue, when they're like stuck in a cave and Bulma tries to hit on him. I've seen up to that part, which is like 3 seasons in. So I have credit somewhere.
Somewhere.
Also,
If you got all the credit you need.
Also, for you, Bridget, we are level 14 now.
Mhm.
Sutha killed the monster during the boss fight.
She did.
And yeah, I rolled really well for her. I just wanted to let you know. And as a trophy, she took some of Dante's teeth.
Yes. Also, Icarus, I'm gonna be messaging you like a little bit because like things are allowed to happen now that we talked about.
Alright.
And no one knows about.
Just wanted to make sure that you're up to date. And also, party did split. Some of us are in Black Opal right now, and then Devotion and Zinc are in Moonstone still. So you can decide where Sutha goes once we start.
Did you guys already determine where she went or no?
We left it very vague so that you could pick. We
Yeah.
guessed that you would not want to stay where Devotion was staying. So,
Yeah.
True.
which if you wanted to, just to see what happens in town.
we just assumed she followed us to Moonstone, but
Yeah.
we don't
That's
know
no
if she
problem.
did or not. She followed us
Wait.
to Black Opal, so
I was gonna say I thought we were in Moonstone.
I
left
may be a couple of swigs of bourbon in right now, so
You having a good night.
I'm having a good night. All
All
right.
right.
With
yeah,
that-
I'd probably be with them.
Yeah. Now that I'm back,
I have that.
without further ado, let us dive into tonight's episode of Kingdom Chronicles. Ba-da-da-da-da! Icarus, you have the floor, sir. There's one of the dice skulls.
Oh god, there's one of the dice skulls. Oh, they're gorgeous. Maybe if I have extra birthday money and there's still any left in the store, that's might be when I get one. Or when I finally get my stimulus check.
There's only 8 left, and I'm one
Also,
of the.
Just that.
Speaking of stimulus checks and stuff, heads up for anyone who filed their taxes who was on unemployment. Y'all might be getting some more money back, so keep an eye on your direct deposits. Because they decided to waive up to 10 grand?
Oh
Something
god, yes, please.
of taxes that you paid. So yeah, so keep an eye on your bank accounts. Okay, let's start.
So, previously on Kingdom Chronicles, shit went much better than it had been for a little while. So you guys arrived back at the campsite. And you were able to see the mayor had already left and is visibly jogging back to town with a couple of the guards. So like he sort of like noticed, oh, the barrier's gone. Time to go do my job, I guess. So he's going to handle all of that. So you guys head out to a remote part of the field that's on the outer areas of the Moonstone metro area proper, whatever you want to call it. And you were preparing to release Lathander. He had kind of implied that if you just tried to break the gem, that would not end well for anybody, because he's technically kind of close to like what a normal person would consider like starvation mode. Like he's very close to that. So he's like, I don't think it's gonna be good if you guys just like break the gem and I come out all at once. So y'all were able to, because of a combination of the gift given by the Raven Queen to Sierra, and the boon planted on Drax's armband by Thor, y'all were able to use those together and like your observation skills from how they were interacting with the fuckery that was the Zealot's blood, to basically make it so that you kind of just sussed out what the fuck the ritual might be once he gave you a clue that he thought it had something to do with like singing or sound or song, something. So y'all were able to legitimately just kind of listen to it and like tuning rod your way into figuring out what the release spell was, which pretty awesome. But yeah, you guys were able to do that, to set up the ritual, send it through with only a couple of minor injuries along the way, which was good, considering what you were doing. And he granted either information on a question, which Sutha, that's another thing that we'll discuss on if she wanted information on somebody or something that he is within his power, or if she wanted a boon to be granted later. In which case, I figured, in which case, in your possession, you now have a small golden ring with the symbol of Lathander that you can expend whenever you want to call upon that favor. I think almost everybody took that. Zinc also wanted to become a follower to help Lathander regrow his power, because Zinc is just this adorable cerulean being. Devotion asked for some information on his wife's location. He was the only one who didn't. And actually got something that she's in a cell in a city to the southwest and seemed to be alone. So yeah, Drax wants 5 minutes with his parents' souls, but that's something that Lathander is going to have to discuss specifically with the Raven Queen and get back to him about, because he's not in charge of death things. She is. So he's got to be like, hey, can we strike a deal, make a bargain? I don't know what the fuck you want to do, please. So he's going to discuss that and get back to you. Huh?
I was going to say, Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to.
So yeah, and the band that you have will change colors depending on, or will just alter in appearance depending on what the answer will eventually be. And everybody else basically took the favor to be used later. So yeah. Then Sierra actually managed to find 3 small shards of the Zealot's blood that hadn't crumbled away into incomprehensible dust. So she took those, and then Lathander just kind of bamfed back to his plane because he was goddamn tired. Let's be real. So yeah. So Zinc and Devotion wanted to check on the town and see how it was doing now that everything had, everything that they had known and existed in had collapsed in 2 minutes. So they're going to check on that. And the others were like, fuck this place. I never want to see it again. I want to be nowhere near it ever again, ever. Which is also completely understandable. So through a little bit of magic woogity boogity-ness, the rest of the party went back to Black Opal, and then Zinc went back to Moonstone, where Devotion had stayed behind. And Zinc got some pie to take back, which I also thought was adorable. So yeah, so he and Devotion are going to stay in town, kind of check on things, make sure it's all on the up and up, and go from there. So in Black Opal, everybody went over to Sierra's family's gem shop. They see her family kind of being a really cute family, actually.
And then there's Sierra in the corner getting drunk.
Yes.
Every family has that one member.
Oh, naturally. So they all decide to, eventually everybody ends up having a drink, but Sierra has many drinks. But some drinking is had, and everybody starts sort of sharing the tale of what the fuck has gone down in Moonstone. Sierra gave her family the pieces of the gem that they shattered. Darren and Adrian accidentally do an experiment inside with the eye stalk and get in trouble. And then they have to go and do things on the experiment tree outside. And Darren had to clean up the small mess that his experiment had made.
I'm not the one who shot the eyeball off, okay?
You're the one who gave him the eyeball.
You brought it in the house. So yeah. And everybody ended up kind of just, especially Sierra specifically, could just kind of drank and then passed out on the couch.
Yeah, she passed out on the sofa.
And back in town, Zinc and Devotion Moonstone Town. Zinc and Devotion met back up at the campsite, decided how to proceed with regards to going into the city. The barrier is completely gone, and it looks like the city guard, which generally were the ones that hung out around the outside of the barrier anyways. They just seem to have like a deep loyalty to the city at large. They seem to be doing fine, and they're actually trying to help where they can, because of course the people are in various states of emotional turmoil and onslaught, and potentially like even like anxiety and panic attacks. So yeah, so some people are like in the fetal position, some are just like crying and kind of running around, some of them are just like sitting in catatonic, some of them seem to be doing a little better than others. It seems anybody who had been here, who was one of the longer lived races that had been here and had time before the barrier, is doing better than anybody who's lived entirely under it. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix. But yeah, so you guys did a flyover for the town first and then went in a little closer to check it out. You guys separated just to kind of see what you could each see. And the last shot that we have was of Zinc arriving at the temple, which had imploded after the gem was removed. So it has basically just completely caved in on top of each other. It's just a big old pile of debris at this point. There's like no discernible way to tell, except for a few small things here and there, that it was an actual temple. It just looks like, it kind of looks like a bomb went off like slightly underground and everything went. So yeah. And the priests, of course, are quite upset and are looking on and trying to figure out what on earth they did to piss their god off this badly. Because most of the ones that were left were not anywhere near the tier that you had to be in with Dante and like his little inner circle. So they were all just like, this was, I lived here, man, and like I was just making my prayers and I don't know what we did. So yeah. So it's a whole thing. There's a lot of emotions in this town right now, and it's a whole fucking thing. But yeah. So I think we've got two basic groups. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start with the Moonstone group just to see what the fuck is gonna go on. And then we'll kind of just go from there. Excuse me, sorry, goodness. So Zinc. You specifically, are you good? Are you still, I think you're done with your, okay. I remember you were eating something earlier and I could not remember if it was done or not. So Zinc, you are here and you're doing a whole lot of shit, I'm sure. So you flew down, you found the temple. It is completely imploded inward, as I mentioned. There's a few bits and pieces here and there that are remnants of the stained glass. Maybe a couple of the wooden pews are left, smushed in there. There's no sense of, well, actually, roll me any check you want to, like a perception check or arcana. What are you most focused on trying to figure out? Like, are you just trying to observe at large? Or are you trying to like suss out any magic-y bits that might be left? I can't hear you.
You're giving me a freedom to roll?
Well, which check do you want to do, I guess, first? Perception and Arcana are the two that popped in my mind kind of originally.
Probably Arcana or Insight, if that's okay.
I will tell you, you cannot insight a pile of rubble.
I'm more Insight like the people around the pile.
Okay, I was just like, buddy. Zeke is very good at things. He cannot derive meaning from rock.
I'll do Arcana, and if it's yeah, I'll do Arcana. 10.
Well,
There's a
you
hole.
don't. There be a hole that was not here before. That didn't do any damage to any of the outerlying areas, just the temple. Probably magic? Or maybe a very, very angry troll.
Could have been a sinkhole.
Could have been a sinkhole.
There.
But yeah, but you also don't sense any other magic kind of leaking out from there. So
yeah.
Yeah.
My gem of seeing just to like double check.
There is nothing suspicious here.
Okay.
How many times have you used that today?
I think I only used it twice underground, because I used it to check for one of the levels to see if there were like traps and stuff.
And then in the actual chamber.
And then in the actual chamber, there's 3 uses per day.
Okay, so this would be your third use.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So after these 10 minutes are up, you cannot use this again until tomorrow in game.
I mean, it is evening, so it's fine. He's gonna be like inspecting it and looking around, and then he's gonna like land on one of the closest Lythander priests.
Okay. He looks just like a dude. There's nothing weird or creepy kind of clinging to him. There's nothing too much going on around there. It kind of roll me a perception check real quick.
Okay. Not you. You rolled a 3. Okay, that's a little bit better. 21.
Okay. So while you've got the Gem of Seeing and you're kind of bouncing around looking at a few places, you notice in the center of the temple kind of thing, there is there's a little, it almost looks like a little like dust devil kind of stirs up, and you like switch your gaze over to it really quickly. And with the Gem of Seeing, you actually can see these very, very faint, very, very translucent, like you can barely see them even with the gem, forms of spirits, ghosts, memories. You don't know. It's forms, weird spectral forms that are just kind of like easing up and out of the temple, and kind of going up as though like kind of very similar in color and form to the way that the barrier looked, but they're kind of going up like they would have done that, but then just kind of dissipating into nothing. So yeah, most of which look vaguely monk-like, priest-like.
By the way, Zink is in disguise. He is wearing robes with Lythander's symbol, but they're not like the drab robes that like the people wore. They're like very like brightly colored. There's like gold, of course, and then like it's like white and yellow and light blue. And
how tall are you making yourself look?
Actually, probably about the same height, but I'm either a halfling or a we'll say halfling.
Okay. So you're dressed one of the higher up priests, is what you're telling me.
No. I'm wearing something completely unique. Almost like I'm from a separate sect of Lythander. Wink.
So, the thing is, usually the brighter colored, like less drab ones are reserved for higher ups in the church, kind of across the board. Like, think about the way that the Pope looks versus like a monk in a monastery.
Right.
So you have quite handily marked yourself as somebody who knows what the fuck is happening.
I am the Adam Lambert of priests.
My God. So all of the drab little sparrow dressed ones around you notice you're coming up here and everything like that, and they turn and a few of them go, Father. They turn and they rush towards you, and they just kind of like come down and like grip your robes and are kneeling a little bit and like, Father, we don't know what what have we done? What could we have possibly done to make this happen? Why is Lathander, why is he forsaken us? Why has he taken our home? What do you do with these poor people?
Oh, children, it is okay. I am here. Arise. Everything will be all right. I have an unfortunate tale to tell you, but for now you have a bigger cause. Lythander has asked me to come here to remind you to be faithful to him and not stray from the path. For Dante, your former temple leader person, whatever his title was,
Whatever the fuck it was, high priest,
had made a pact with the abomination that we shall not speak of. But it has, as you can see, brought him to the next plane of existence. So
he's been promoted to a customer of the underground.
he is now in the waiting line. But it's okay. I can only stay for a short while, but more than you need me, the people of Moonstone need you. Lythander, after all, is a god of light and life and recovery. And that is what Moonstone needs right now. Don't you agree?
Yeah, yes, of course, but but if we were led so astray by our leader, our high priest, how will we know that we are doing it correctly this time?
Well, let me ask you, do any of you have darkness in your heart?
And they all kind of look at each other and then look back and they're like, I don't think so.
Well, if you're not sure, that's a good sign. We are all mortals here. That is why we serve Lythander.
That is horrible advice.
Mortals make mistakes. Sometimes they listen to the wrong people. They listen to the wrong things. And if for some reason your heart does not beckon to return to Lythander after this cacophonous event, I understand, my children. But remember, where there is hope, there is light.
So I'm gonna need you to either make a religion check or a persuasion check.
I'm much better at persuasion.
That's
and
fair.
I just
If you're just trying to straight up persuade them with very little like actual religious leaning, which to be fair sounds exactly like what you're doing. You're just kind of spouting vaguely positive sounding affirmations here.
which is hilarious because Zeke has never been religious whatsoever. He's just kind of like, you know what? They opened the door. I'm just gonna walk through it. It's fine.
Incredible.
I am using Tides of Chaos to roll with advantage on this.
Okay.
And I get that until a long rest or until my magic gets fuzzy again.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, so I think these people. Yeah, no, these people honestly they're looking for, their entire world has been upended. They have literally lost like their home, what little things that they had except for literally the clothes on their backs. Like they have kind of been reset in every way possible, with no idea why or how. you're giving them something. You are giving them a little bit of hope. You're making them feel like everything is not just horrible and destroyed, and that it's not necessarily their fault that it's happened, because that was a big thing, is that, because they are the members of this order. Like, of course, if something this bad happened, it had to have been their fault, right? But you're helping them to see that it's not really their fault. It's because of bad stuff in the leadership, but they are still good people. It's okay. Go out and do good as you would do anyway, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving them a task of sorts.
Would you
You're
say
giving them comfort.
hope?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Even?
Yeah. So you're helping, and they're, you know what, they're gonna take that and they're gonna fucking run with it. So they thank you profusely. They've given up trying to like sort through any of this stuff, because like I said, it looks, it's just a bunch of rubble at this point. Like, there's not anything discernible through here. Like, you yourself can't even tell what necessarily was where in this place, and you were just here.
Now, how many are there, by the way?
I think there's about a dozen.
Okay. In the meantime, I know that this looks like just rubble, but as the phoenix rises from the ashes, so too with this beautiful temple. It can be rebuilt, as can this city. Let us go to the other temples and see if they can aid in helping the people here, and I will work to get shelter for you in the time. For now, there's an inn that I've stayed in before that should be rather perfect.
Yeah. Yes, of course, Father. Okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, I think honestly, if that's like your intention, that can be kind of what you spend most of your day doing, is just kind of going to the various places.
I was going to stop at the Raven Queen's temple and just ask if the priests can help, get everyone sorted, and then as a high priest of Lythander, like offer suggestions to helping people in the city.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people, I'm assuming, that like are still like crying in the streets and like just like yelling, like essentially just like full on mania from just like the rush of like everything coming to light. And then eventually I'll make my way to where Devotion was headed, which was the prospector's house. Is that correct?
I believe so. Devotion, was that right?
That's where he was really intending to go, but he also said that he saw the mayor kind of out in Mountain City, and he's heading to the mayor himself.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Okay.
Oh, and I'll pay for the rooms for the inn, if the inn is in fact still.
The inn's still there and it's still operating. I think the guy will like gladly take it, but he's still a little bit dazed.
Mm-hmm.
And given everything that's going on, he's not charging his normal rates. It's just sort of like at, I guess, like the room's like at cost or whatever the fuck you would call it. So it's like half the price it would normally be.
I'm gonna give him 40 gold, just so that they can stay there indefinitely, as long as they need to get sort of like sorted. He doesn't need to give them 12 rooms, like their bunks they can share, but yeah, their temple fell down. It's not like their souls have been rent from their bodies, and
yeah.
And then the last thing Zinc I think would like to do is just sort of like go near the mines and like see if there's still like that singing happening.
Nobody's mining today, so no, there's no singing in the mines.
Okay. And anyone that Zinc passes, he's gonna just do like a light little like dancing lights effect / prestidigitation to just sort of like calm them a little bit. Like, it's not actually going to impact them, but like he's a priest and he's like doing magic, like it'll be all right. We'll get through this.
Look at the pretty
Black
sparklers.
with you. It's all right. You are not a duck. It's okay. But,
You are not a duck?
yeah, I mean, I'm assuming some people, their reality is just completely melting.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, yeah.
This voice, not the high pitched zinc voice, because again, he's trying to also stay undercover because people be looking for him.
Mm-hmm. Goodness. Okay. Okay. So, in that case, before you meet back up with Devotion, we'll pop over to him and see what's going on. So yeah. So Devotion. You went over to, I'm gonna say you went over to the prospector's house first just to see if maybe he was there. He's not inside. His house actually looks pretty quiet, like you're not even sure if anybody is in there at all. Sorry, excuse me. So you start kind of flying out, I'm guessing, trying to track him down. Okay. In that case, go ahead and roll. If how are you planning to look for him? Because that'll tell me like what roll you're going to need to make.
How am I planning the what?
How are you planning to find the small halfling mayor in this city?
Well, I thought I already spotted him, but he will be the small halfling man surrounded by several guards helping people. That's the. If he's not in his, if I spot him, he'll be out there helping people. And well, yes, one halfling isn't going to stick out too much. A halfling surrounded by giant men and women and guards,
Big old fuckers.
they're big. Yeah, they're gonna still probably, if there's going to be if there's going to be a bigger crowd of confused people, it's going to be around their leader.
That's fair. So in that case, since you're purely looking like with just like kind of flying over and like looking for that big clump of people like demanding answers, or being or protecting him from the people demanding answers, go ahead and roll me a perception check to track him down.
Perception.
Yay.
Okay.
What the fuck was that?
Damn you, TikTok. Why must you be such a butt? Boom. There you are. Okay, where is the die? You. We're going to behave today, die? You were very naughty last night. We're at the very end of the day. Perception, yes?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. 19.
Okay. Cool. I think it takes you a couple of sweeps to kind of pin down like where he is. But yeah, I think you eventually settle down and are able to spot him sort of with a couple of other people. He's on like a slightly raised bit. It looks like he's maybe been on the move because it looks like he's just now gotten to the center, like the town square, basically, on like the slightly raised dais, and is getting up there and is trying to speak to everyone who it has surrounded the place. It's a big mix of emotions here. There's some angry people, there's some crying people, there's some very scared ones on the corner. There are some that seem like they're just kind of in a daze and they haven't yet fully processed anything. But yeah, you got a big old mix. Of course, the angriest and most vocal people are right up at the front of the stage, and they don't look like they're having any more of a good time than anyone else, but well, they've got all these emotions now, so I guess I got to do something with them. So as most of us, I think, feel about some emotions. So you swoop down and you can hear the mayor sort of calling a little bit louder over everyone so that he can be heard. Please, I know everyone is concerned, I promise we're going to be okay. The queen has sent us backup, and it will be here soon so that we can get through this. And there's a huge surge of noise from the people. You can hear some people screaming like, what happened? Where's the barrier? Why do I feel like this? What did this? Are we dying? You know, nice mix of.
I've been there. It's like with these emotions, am I dying? Been there.
You know, yeah, like these people are basically having like an emotional breakdown as well as like panic and anxiety attacks all rolled into one.
That
Nah,
doesn't sound like fun.
it's not great. That's what happens when your emotions and personality are forcibly repressed for the entirety of your life.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's
Anywhere. Devotion, what do you do?
I'm going to, the least amount of flashy that I can. It's not time for showboating. I'm going to fly around, and I'm going to land on the stage.
Gotcha. Some people like jump, like, sure, what you've done is startling, like, to be fair, but they react with much more legitimate reactions than you would expect from anybody else, because again, everything right now is heightened, it's fresh, it's new, and
Yeah.
fear, especially like any of the negative emotions, they don't have any familiarity with. So like some of the people, they're startled and they jump like almost like a fucking foot in the air. Some of them like jump and then just start crying because they don't know what to do with it. Others like jump and then just like immediately go into like anger mode of just like, why would you do that? It's a clusterfuck is what I'm saying. So what do you do?
That's not the tab I wanted. No, that's not the tab. Okay. Glancing through, I could use that. That might be helpful. But yeah. He's mainly going to land, and he's going to move up behind the mayor, sort of put a hand on his shoulder.
Hi.
This is going about as well as I expected.
He is a halfling, so you almost have to like crouch to do that, by the way.
Yeah, they'll kind of like squat down, just kind of rest hand on his shoulder.
Well, most of the city is still standing, and honestly, I call that a victory right now. Do you have any more news?
Well, Lysander is free, so that's an update.
Oh, right, okay.
For context, someone a couple hundred years ago shoved him in a stone of, it was already apparently very powerful, or maybe it was powerful after him. We're a little fuzzy on those details. I explained that the stone and that it's the cause of the barrier and all that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to some intervention, thanks to the god of thunder and the Raven Queen herself, as well as my friends, we were able to release Lysander from the stone. So his being is now back in his own plane of existence in the godly realms, and he'll be able to bring his message to all peoples, not just inside the barrier. Well, I say without the barrier.
Okay, so what does that mean for my people here? obviously the barrier's gone. It's not coming back, and that's all.
I wish I had something a little more encouraging. The I'm well. Okay, is it that I can't use the stone again, or the stone itself cannot be used again?
I mean, the stone's gone. It went.
No, the sending stone.
Oh, yeah, you already sent to the queen this morning. So you can't send another. She can from her end, and you can reply to that. Because each person essentially gets to send, use the spell send once a day through the stones.
Okay.
But she would have to initiate that for you to have any kind of update.
You wouldn't happen to have your own way of communicating with the queen, would you?
Ravens, we've never really needed to have any kind of quick access before. It's always been peaceful.
Well, unfortunately, at least for the first few weeks, that might be a little less peaceful.
Yeah, I'll
But I've already notified her this morning about our plan and about that we will be needing help, as I explained before. I'm not sure where she will send her assistance from, but first thing tomorrow morning, I will be sending her a message updating her on the situation. Unless you have someone here who knows the sending spell, though I don't know if they would have her directly.
well, we do have a few clerics from some of the other temples who may be able to do that. I've got at least a few that go to court on occasion with our merchants, so we might be able to do that.
Well, we'll look into that, but he kind of looks out at the crowd. There is that other matter we will need to discuss about security and protection for that particular subject, but that can wait.
Right. Goodness. Okay. Well, I suppose we can do our best to address some of the people, make sure everybody is set up for this evening, and go from there.
Yes, I am at your disposal. I can try and help as best as I can.
Okay.
One of my smaller compatriot is, I believe, heading towards the temple. Well, what I believe was the Temple of Lythander. Not entirely sure what's going on with that, but I imagine it's not in quite the same shape we left it. So his followers that are still within the city will probably have some trials ahead of them themselves, but we'll check in on that. But I'm sure he'll be on his way to find us at some point, with an update.
All right. Well, in that case, why don't we? I would say if you don't mind, maybe we can just go around and do our best to talk with and calm the people, make it so that they at least feel like we're giving them some answers for everything that's gone on here today. Goodness. So what I want you to do for me, devotion.
Ow.
So I want you to make me a couple of checks, actually. So first one is going to be I'm going to say your persuasion check, then a religion check, and then I think one more persuasion check. And this is kind of how I'm going to shorthand you, like actively helping to see.
Okay. No, 18. So I'm reading the wrong one again. Okay. Now, the first is an 18 persuasion.
Okay.
Delusion. Ooh, that's really good. 17 plus 8. 25.
Okay.
Lastly, another persuasion. That one is a 12.
Okay. Cool. So interesting. Sorry. Okay. Okay. These people are kind of desperate for just about anything that is giving them a sense that somebody knows what the fuck is going on, and that they're not just gonna be stuck in this state of emotional turmoil and anxiety forever. And you're giving off that feeling consistently. Similar to how, like, with Zinc, because of the way that, like, you described, like, you're going to the temples to speak directly with people and get them to kind of be engaged with everything. That kind of just surpassed all of this that I had, like, thought, like, okay, sure, there should be some checks. But your plan is completely solid. So yeah. So I think between the two of y'all, you're able to make it so that this place has some semblance of order by the time night falls on that first night where everybody was all split up. So y'all are able to make it so that if these people won't be able to necessarily sleep peacefully tonight, their minds are at least a little bit more at ease to know that there are some people who know what's going down and are trying to help, as well as y'all are able to kind of suss out the people that do exist in the town. Mostly it's a few elves that are still here, a couple of dwarves here and there, and like one other really old gnome who, just he's been here a while. It was supposed to be a nice retirement town, and then shit happened. But yeah, there's a few people here that aren't impacted as strongly by everything, which means that they're also able to further help other people because their emotions are a little easier to get a handle on because they actually had some experience with it before everything went fucky. So yeah.
Cool.
Good shit. But yeah, so you guys are fully capable of either staying in the inn that you had gotten rooms in before, or just going back to the campsite that you had been in before if you don't want to sleep in the town. Nope, ain't fucking
No, those things. As the travel agent, I've already booked those rooms for the clerics. So,
Yeah.
or the holy men and women.
Yeah.
The clergy.
I would like to go visit our friend in the mines before we go, but we can always do that after you switch to the other group.
Okay. Cool. All right. Sorry, just taking a couple quick notes.
We can also do it in the morning devotion if you'd rather sleep first. Because I assume that we're probably going to spend most of the evening / into the night helping everyone get settled and such.
Yeah, we'll sleep. We'll sleep if we can. We'll make a point that devotion. I'm going to be figuring out the words, but devotion will be messaging the queen sometime in not the crack of dawn, But early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're hiding. Oh, why?
I bring you tidings of bullshittery.
I bring you tidings of we made a whoopsie.
Okay, so the Moonstone is a little different than it was yesterday.
So the barrier's gone.
A barrier, people are emotional.
The temple's in the ground. The temple is a hole in the ground.
Tuesday, how are you?
Everyone's having a
With
crisis.
you.
So the
Going
wrath of
on.
fucking God is coming down. But on the plus side, I got a fruit by the foot.
Something
Okay.
like that. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out.
I'll say honestly, it's probably more that like what y'all were doing with the town just kept you so busy that eventually when you're like, and we still have to walk back to our campsite. It was probably so late at night that you were like, nope, I ain't doing anything else. I'm going to bed. Just
No, yeah, if it gets to that point when they've been walking around, it's like devotion just kind of like scoops Zinc up and flies them over to the campsite. It's like flap, 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 flap. It's like I am not walking another foot.
It's gonna like just like flop into the hammock, pull Gary out, and be like, "You're on watch tonight."
Gary's a,
you wake up.
What is it, boy? Timmy's in a well. Oh,
I'll cast fly on him. It'll be fine.
Amazing. Okay. Anyway, so with that, I'm gonna hop back over to the morning time. So yeah. So Sierra, I think almost everybody. Well, quick question. For everybody that's in Moonstone, y'all went over to Sierra's house and like specifically had like dinner and got drunk over there. Sierra got schmammered, but everybody else got drunk.
Schmacked. She got schmacked.
Schmammered. Wasted. So
my dad's a cleric. He'll revive me. It's fine.
he'll be fine.
It's fine.
So for everybody else that went, because you know Drax and Isla went, and Fortma did, and Sooth is there, and Darren, of course. For the rest of you, did you also just leave where you ended up passing out, or did you try to make your way back to the inn? What are you thinking?
I would just like to say, Drax didn't get schmammered, but he definitely got a little bit on the tipsy side.
Mm-hmm.
Probably to a point where any flat surface is a good surface to sleep on.
And Isla was just like, I ain't dragging that through the street.
Honestly.
Probably be like, you can sleep here if you want, or you're gonna go to the tavern. No.
Deep sigh.
I think because Sierra has the couch, I think
She would have slept
Face
it more
first
happily.
on it.
just tombstone it.
She tombstoned it.
I think Laurel would have brought out like some of the bedrolls and stuff that like they kind of just keep around. Mostly I think like they started just keeping like some of those things after like their daughter got a big adventuring party. She was like, you know what? We should be prepared. we should have these in the house just in case. So if anybody did end up crashing at the house, there were, you know, it's not the softest thing, but it's some things. There is a bedroll for you to take. I don't know if Sita necessarily.
It's better
scared.
than sleeping in the woods.
In Flortma, I honestly kind of half expect you to go back to the inn regardless.
Well, first I would make sure everybody's tucked in.
Oh.
And then head back to the inn.
Totally fair. Get a nice room all to yourself. Got some pie in the morning. No hangover.
So I rolled like Drax would have taken the bedroll, and Laurel like thanked her, but instead of using the bedroll as is intended to, he would use it as a very big pillow.
And you're too big and heavy for Ella to like shove you off, unroll it, and push you back on. It's like, well, that's what you're doing tonight.
It's like, what does he weigh? You don't want to know.
Isla would have if he's using the bedroll as a pillow, she would have found some kind of like blanket with Floral's help and like put it over his body, and then she would lay her bedroll next to him and fall asleep.
Adorable. Okay. So in that case, and then Sutha, just a quick question: where would you have passed out? Like on the floor, or would you have tried to go back to the inn? Floor. Okay. That's it. Just wanted to make absolutely sure. Okay, and Darren, what about you?
He's probably nearby where Sierra is passed out.
A little hard to cuddle on a couch, but
She took up the whole couch.
Starfish.
yeah, just a bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
This is fine.
Amazing. So, okay, in that case, okay, so for Sierra, I think despite everything, you might be one of the first to wake up. I don't know. What do you think?
Wait, what?
I said, despite everything, like, because you're home and a lot of shit went down, I feel like it's either 50-50, like you'll be the last to wake up or you'll be the first to wake up. What are you feeling?
Let's see. I'm gonna roll a digital die for this. I'm doing digital dice tonight. He being slow. Very slow. 12. Yeah, I guess she's the first to rise.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I have to make a con save?
Yeah. Please make me a con save.
19!
I feel like you have a little bit of a hangover, but it's more just like you're a little sore from like sleeping, and you got like a mild headache. It's not nearly as bad as it could have been. And you smell eggs and bacon.
And my mom laid a blanket over me or something. I immediately just cocoon in it as I stand up and waddle to the kitchen.
Darren, real quick, because I don't know if you would have slept like in the middle of the night or at the end of the night.
I think because he only needs the 4 hours, he probably did the middle.
I don't know. So you probably like see and hear Sierra like awaken, and then detect the food. Do you follow?
Without being like hovery, he'll just like quietly make sure she's okay.
She's at home. Don't judge her. This is her home. Don't fucking
It's all
judge
around
her.
over like that. Na, na, na.
Yeah, I head into the kitchen.
Yeah, your mom is cooking up a whole mess of food. Because a lot of people say oh, hello, good to see you're awake. There's something for your headache on the table.
Thank you. Taste never gets old.
That's how you know it's working, from what I have been told.
Yeah.
I will Hey, one of the good things about the baby is I don't have to worry about that for at least another year at this point.
Still have to worry about morning sickness, though.
That's true. She kind of just like rubs her belly, just like, thankfully we're past the stage where foods that I love set it off. So we couldn't have eggs for a solid month.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll notice Darren that morning.
Fine.
You and Adrian did not blow up the tree last night when I passed out, did you?
It's still there.
Good. Don't want the neighbors getting concerned. And she'll just slowly start shoveling food onto a plate.
Gosh.
What are we? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go. I'm fine. I was saying a thing even though I was still taking notes. So continue.
I wonder how soon Her Majesty's gonna contact us and send us on another mission. Scoop of eggs right into her mouth.
I do believe we've earned ourselves a break.
Yeah, like last time when we went to the Underdark.
True enough.
Where she tried to send us immediately to another place afterwards.
I'm sure if we were insistent enough, he would allow us some form of vacation.
That is one of the pitfalls about having the boss. You have to do your job no matter what when they call.
I don't recall her technically. Then again, of course, she gave us these, and Sierra will hold up the crest that the queen gave her.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember technically ever being officially employed by the queen. Like I have not seen my first pay stub from her yet, so I don't feel like I'm actually employed.
Out of character, y'all have been paid by her directly.
Sierra is drunk still. Paige has memory loss. Just let it flow. It'll work itself out eventually. Oh, there's that one time she paid us, but I'm not expecting a paycheck from this at all. And don't mind me, I'm just being grumpy and spiteful this morning.
Understandable. Been an interesting few months.
Really? It's been 2 months already?
Certainly feels longer.
Feels like it's been a whole... She's gonna try and pause and try not to use language. Because her mom's in the room. Feels like it's been a year.
It does.
That was a meta comment right there. Just like you all know.
I was trying not to make it and you made it, and I was like, ah.
I had to. Well, Devotional Zinc should be contacting us later today, shouldn't they? To let us know what's going on in Moonstone. Or are we supposed to contact them? I don't remember exactly how we planned this out.
Did we plan that part out?
Did we plan anything out, to be honest?
Do we ever plan?
Let's go back to our very first meeting. Did we plan any of that out. At all. I don't think so. That's a common habit of all of us. We don't plan anything.
No, I believe when we first met each other, somebody was starting a bar fight.
That was not my fault. That was not my fault. I was there for an official exchange, and a bunch of cultists came in and tried to kill me. Oh yeah, I don't think I told you that happened, Mother.
Cultists.
It's been a long 6 years, and half the shit I've gone through I don't even understand myself.
Right. Well, you're here now, and you're fine, so I suppose I should just focus on that for the time.
Yeah, I did not start that bar fight. She'll go back pointing to Darren. I did not start that bar fight.
He just kind of laughs.
At least I got a couple hits in.
True. But in my defense, I was only trying to take them out of the bar. Not that that helped in the end.
Yeah, that was a gross sight afterwards.
Did they run fleeing into the night or something?
They melted in the street.
They literally melted in the street. They turned into black goo.
Why did I ask?
Because I'm your daughter and you're concerned for my well-being.
Well, yes, of course.
Hmm.
But also, goodness, I will say, for all that I longed for adventure, I don't know that and she kind of like rubs her belly absently. I don't know that I would have had the stomach for it in the long term. But just as well, I am fully capable of supplying and accumulating all of the things that I need here to help anybody who may so happen to be related to me to have a little bit of an edge while she's out adventuring. So
I appreciate that.
anytime.
Are we the only 3 up so far?
I believe so.
Is Adrian of course he's asleep. Is Adrian still asleep?
I think Adrian's also asleep. He was very excited and was up much later than he should have been, trying to read the one bestiary that we have to see what else he could learn about spectators. So
Sierra's gonna get up and she's gonna be like, I can fix that right away. And she's gonna head upstairs to go bully her little brother.
Oh no!
And we can cut that to anybody else who's waking up as she's doing that.
Fair. I probably
just letting you know, she's gonna she will try to fireman carry him downstairs. If you want me to roll a strength check, I will.
I think you have to, just because
I have an 8 strength.
Yeah. He is a little boy though, so at least he shouldn't be that. Oh no.
I rolled a 3. That's -1, so it's 2. Y'all hear a very loud thud upstairs.
Ow!
Wow. When did you get so bloody heavy?
What?
She's just gonna drag him by his ankle to the stairs. She's a mean older sister.
I am a growing boy. I need my sleep.
Wake up, growing boy. Mom has breakfast ready. And it's like that scene from Inside Out where Joy is dragging Sadness by her ankle. Basically, she's just dragging him to the staircase.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, fine.
Yeah. All right. I'm good for now. Continue.
So yeah. So Drax, I think you end up waking up probably around when Sierra passes you by in the living room, and Isla probably you as well. So yeah. So you probably see like Sierra go by with like the blanket still trailing, I imagine.
Yep. And then you hear the loud thud.
What the? Oh.
Morning, baby.
Morning, honey.
Mm.
Drax is gonna get up and be like, "Oh, why did I sleep on the floor?"
Yeah, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, still waking up. Tonight, can we sleep in a normal bed?
Yeah, absolutely. And I haven't clicked my neck yet, so Drax is gonna stand up and go, "Oh."
Many
Oh, that's much
as
better.
I said.
Oh. You smell that? Laurel's cooking breakfast. Oh.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah, Isla's
Me and Mitch's brain would do the exact same thing. Breakfast.
Breakfast.
If you want your eggs and bacon.
Isla's gonna like rub her eyes and like look at Drax and just go,
It's so nice to have my eyesight back.
like brushes cheek with her hand.
Wait, my hair okay? Like, what? Like, sorry, I get bedhead.
You look fine.
You're biased. You're supposed to say that.
I think you look fine. I probably look like a mess.
She's got like one piece of hair in her face.
Anime protagonist.
She'll kind of brush it to the side. He'll kind of brush it to the side. You're good.
Boop.
It goes to get breakfast.
Mother.
Boop and run.
The whole way she's like,
Like your wife.
like her butt from side to side, like, yeah, breakfast.
Drax gets up and heads to the kitchen. Oh, morning.
Good morning. How's your back feeling?
Well, it's like, oh, better now.
Goodness gracious me.
Look, I'm half dwarvish. You know how stubborn I can be, especially when it comes to sleep.
A little too stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Then again, I think that's just an affliction for all men.
Maybe.
all who identify as male in the video call and in the chat roll 1d4 psychic damage.
Yeah, I may have to roll it on myself. So.
Well, I got a 3, so ow!
Got a 4.
Hey, Chris, you brought this upon yourself.
I'll tell Percy to roll his d4 later. Although, to be fair, he can't say shit because he is very stubborn. So, bitch can back me up.
Yes, I can.
Anyway.
And Drax, I'm gonna let that slide because I'm just waking up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ida, would you like a coffee?
Yeah, there's some brewing on the stove.
Laura, would you like a cup?
No, can't do that. I've got some herbal tea though.
Oh yeah, shit.
I've gotten to that. I've gotten close to that stage where if I have that at any point in the day, I get the damnedest commotion in there. So best
Okay,
to just
well,
avoid.
All the zoomies.
Yeah, and when the zoomies can include hitting parts of me as the routine. Anyway, I don't need to go to the bathroom any more than I already have to from having less space. So
Drax will pour Isla a coffee, pass it to her, and okay, I'm using this. So, what exactly was that loud thud?
I believe Sierra's waking her brother up, and he's finally entered that stage of being a very heavy sleeper in the mornings and not wanting to get up. Just another sign that my baby boy is becoming a teenager. Ugh.
You have my sympathies.
It will definitely be quite interesting, to say the least.
She's gonna turn to Drax and just go, I bet you were a hassle, weren't you?
Oh, yes.
All teenagers are hassle. You can't prove otherwise.
Thinks very deeply. I couldn't tell if I was a hassle or if my mother just didn't like me. But
Look, your mother is an exception, and let's not go there, shall we? Let's not open. Let's not open that barrel of fish.
fair enough.
Um,
Thank you for the coffee, Laura.
Of course. Any friend of Sierra's is a friend of this family, so there will always be something here for you.
Drax will get 2 plates of breakfast ready, pass one to Isla, and have one ready for Suther as well.
Very good, very good. Speaking of Suther, wakey wakey.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Yeah, I feel like after the thud happened with the brother.
And given the nice food smells.
Oh yeah, like she's totes awake now. She's just like, oh, I'm up.
Morning.
Oh, good morning, Sutha.
Rawr.
Burning.
Morning. Morning.
Drax will hand Suther her plate of breakfast.
I'm not grouchy. I just need my coffee. Which is so funny because all of these are sounds that I actually did with.
Yes.
Sorry.
We remember.
No. remember. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Sita wakes up. She goes downstairs. She kind of buried herself in the blanket that she was using. So she's just like the hood's up. She's just like sitting like she's got like the coffee, but it's like covered in the midst of blankets, and she's just like sip.
I love it. She's dressed like a much taller, just thicker, like just much taller, much more like muscled version of Sierra at the moment because you're both doing a little blanket burrito with like.
Oh yeah, no, and if Sierra is there, Sutha would totes be sitting next to her too, just like.
I think at this point she has dragged Adrian downstairs and has resumed her seat.
Oh yeah, no, he comes in, his hair is like anime protagonist style, just everywhere. And he's just kind of right, there's a lot of people here today.
Good morning.
He's never been a morning person.
He's just he just kind of sits and kind of just stares at the food for a bit.
Don't fall, don't fall face first into it.
He's gonna need a minute.
Hey Drax, I think you might need to give him a pick-me-up. Do you still like that lightning powers that you do?
Yeah, I can conjure something up. Give me a moment.
I don't need to be shocked. I'm just tired.
Hold on.
I will stand up and conjure up her druid craft and get a little bit of peppermint and like break the leaves kind of under his nostrils. Just to kind of give him that little bit of like, oh, hello.
Okay.
How does that feel?
I feel more awake.
Aww.
That's a nice
Not
trick.
Wow.
Did
That's
Flo head back to the tavern?
I believe so.
Yes, he did.
Mama.
Something about being very happy that he wouldn't have to share his room.
Yeah. Motherfucker's gonna get breakfast pie.
You're seriously talking about breakfast pie when my mother cooked breakfast for us. So unappreciative.
Drax will turn to Laurel. Hey, even you agree those breakfast pies are to die for.
Yeah, I've never been able to perfect the breakfast pie. It's something. I swear.
Okay, that's
said it
not fair.
before.
It's not fair for both of you to double team on me. This is not fair. I feel violated in my own home.
I swear though, he has enchanted those ovens just a little bit so that everything he puts in them comes out tastier. Because I have his recipe. I may have used my mage hand to sneak it when he wasn't looking. But anyway, I have his recipe.
Oh.
It wasn't fair, and I wanted pie.
I don't know whether to be impressed or.
That needs to be a quote on a t-shirt. It wasn't fair, and I wanted pie.
Look, you have cravings at 3 a.m. He's not open, and you need pie.
Wait, you did a
Well,
3-hour morning break-in?
Well,
I was the bad
she is
example in the
pregnant.
I had had the cravings the night before, and the next day had asked if he would share if I kept it in, well, my kitchen and didn't share with anybody else. He didn't want to. So when he was distracted during lunch rush, I just helped myself.
Sierra's
And I
having an
haven't given
existential crisis because her mother committed crime.
Small one, just a little one, just a pie crime.
It's still crime.
Okay,
So,
but can you blame her though? One, she's pregnant. Two, she's got a big family. Three, she's been through some stuff. I don't blame her for stealing one recipe. Especially if she has cravings at 3 a.m. My goodness.
exactly. See, thank you, Isla. That's the thing.
I don't like all three of you teaming up on me now.
I'm not teaming up with anyone at this moment.
No, I'm not teaming against you.
I'm just struggling to figure out whether I should be impressed or disappointed.
I'm shocked.
I haven't shared the pie with anyone outside of our family, but the thing is, they just don't taste as good as his. No matter what I've done, I've tried tweaking things. I think either he has a special ingredient that he didn't write down, or he's enchanted his ovens. Either way, it's enough to satiate some of the cravings at 3 a.m. You do what you have to do.
Sierra's just going through an existential crisis now.
Drax is gonna.
It's 7 a.m.
7 a.m. the usual morning lineup.
No.
Drax is gonna sit opposite Sierra, just looking at her with a. I didn't know your mother was. Pregnancy turned her into a criminal.
I didn't know either. And I've
Wait.
lived with her almost all of my life.
Well, yeah, to be fair, I couldn't really be myself when Ferris was around. Which was all.
Drax
But
and Sierra get synchronized chills.
Yeah.
and also to be fair, he never really asked where I became so good with using small dexterous tools. So
Hmm. Well, still, motherfuckers getting breakfast pie. Not saying that your breakfast isn't good. I'm simply saying.
as I said, I swear he's enchanted ovens because I followed that recipe exactly and it just is not as good. So I understand. Don't worry.
It could either be that he has indeed enchanted his ovens, or, and it could be this whole like what placebo effect thing. You know that whole thing where you could take the same exact recipe, two different people can make it, but having someone else make it for you just magically tastes better than when you make it for yourself.
That's true.
That
Very
is
true. Maybe that. Maybe I should have Ari try and make it and get back to me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can cook a nice slab of meat, but the way Dar does it, it's something else.
Speaking of, where is he? She'll look
Hmm?
to her. No, she's addressing her mom. She does not say Ari because she still does not like the nickname. Did he find some lodging in town?
Yes, yes, he did.
I'm gonna inside check my mom.
You know what? Yeah.
Roll. I'm gonna insight too.
That's a dirty 20 on my part.
Nice.
Oh, did he? Where is it, mother?
I
wish
I
to
feel,
visit
I feel
you.
Sierra should get advantage because this is her mother.
Oh yeah, Sierra. Sorry, Sierra. You do definitely have advantage. That is a good
Thank
point.
God.
22.
Because I got a 10 at first. Natural 20, bitch!
I see through your
For a
lies, mother.
22.
So yes, your father did find lodgings in town. Mm-hmm. Yep, he did indeed. You can tell from the fact that your mother's face has turned just a very faint pink all along her cheeks. That those lodgings probably are upstairs. No, you know for sure those lodgings are upstairs.
She's gonna just take her coffee. He's upstairs, isn't he?
Watching this with amusement at this point.
Well, it's safer and much more economical overall.
He's in your room, isn't he? Not that spare room that we have upstairs.
Isla's gonna turn to Drax and go.
Don't get me wrong, like
well, you know,
So
and
just
she
the
sort of
eyebrow
just
wiggle thing.
she sort of just turns with her tea now that she's like finished making like most of the food. She turns with her tea and she just goes a little silent. Like, you know what? Yeah.
I need to go take a walk. And Sierra will get up. She'll put the blanket down. And she'll just walk out the back door. And I walk away.
Darren's just sitting there and watches it and goes, I don't know if I should follow.
You hear a muffled scream in the distance.
I think I should follow.
No, Drax will turn to Darren. Yeah, you should follow her.
Yes.
I think I should follow.
Also, Laurel?
Mhm.
Well played.
I just figured I spent a very long time without without him, and after we settled things, it it seems silly to persist. So,
In other words, you have him, you got over the angry phase, and now you're not letting him go.
the Raven Queen herself is going to have a hard time getting him away from me if he does go.
Ooh.
Mom, do not threaten my matron. Do not threaten my matron. This is gonna come back on me.
At this point, Drax is going to look at Isla and go, well then.
I mean, I'd know what that's like.
As long as you're happy, Laurel. However, I will not lie that the personal satisfaction of seeing Sierra go through an existential crisis is quite amusing.
You two, I swear. I don't remember having another child, and yet.
You guys kind of adopted me, let's be fair.
A little.
Well, technically, Adrian adopted me, and you guys went along with it.
The boy has very good judge of character. He says from his teeth.
Drax will kind of turn to Adrian. Good judge of character. Sure.
Isla looks at Drax like,
Hey, I never said I was perfect.
Oh, I know.
Pretty good, Laurel.
Thank you. I hope they'll be okay. And I think that's our little like smash cut over to the garden space area, the outside, the backyard, what have you. What's Sierra?
She is face first in the grass, screaming into the ground. Her whole mind has been fucked this morning. Yeah.
Darren.
So what?
I think that's the point. You're all right.
This is just a lot to take in right now. I mean, I figured eventually down the road they would grow closer again. I didn't expect it to be so soon. It's just a lot to process right now.
He's gonna get himself into her eye line with just like a super gentle look on his face and just go, she looks happy though.
Happiest I've seen her in a very long time. I want to do something with both of them. I don't know what though.
About them? You want to do something about them?
For them, not about them.
I misheard.
I'm not
Sorry.
about to take out both my parents just because they're happy.
So what do you want to do for them?
I don't know, maybe make it a little more permanent for them? I'm not sure. Still learning my abilities of being a cleric, but I think I can do some sort of ceremony for them. I know, would it be too soon to ask them if they want that or not? I'm not sure. Everything is moving very fast right now.
Well, if you're worried about it moving so fast, How about offering them a vacation first?
To where?
Don't know. There's got to be somewhere they want to spend a day.
DM, was there any places growing up that my mother ever mentioned of her wanting to visit?
Uh, yeah, honestly, I think your mom has mentioned that because of the similarities to some of this other stuff that she's worked with, but like because they're also very different and it's such a big town, I think she's always legitimately wanted to visit and have like a long enough trip to enjoy everything in Pearl. Because it's a big town, it's a port city, you get to see a lot of magic items, as well as a lot of just like trade and other stuff that kind of goes down. And that was always a big appeal to her. But she's never been able to go because she wasn't able to before she got married. And as we all know, Ferris is a dick.
Yeah.
So
I've been to Pearl though, and I know that there would be stuff there that she would like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She's always wanted to visit Poe. I've been there. Made port there quite a few times. I think she would like it. But someone would need to stay behind and watch over Adrian if it's just going to be the two of them going there. And if that's the case, I need to stay behind. And if that's the case, I will be indisposed of if the Queen wants us to do anything.
In other words, we'll get that vacation we discussed.
You're a tricky bastard, you know that, right?
Yes, I'm very well.
Right. I'll ask her when I go back inside. I don't know when I want to go back inside, but I'll ask her when I eventually go back inside. Right now, I think I'll just sit here.
All right.
I'm guessing you're staying here with me because I am freaking out right now.
As long as you need me, my dear.
She'll smile and she'll just kind of lean against him.
No.
Probably gonna sit there for like a good 20 minutes just to let you know before she eventually goes back in.
Fair enough. Oh goodness. So in that case, I'm gonna hop back inside and check in on the other people.
Somebody should let Flirtman know that we're up.
Yeah. Flirtma, honestly, because you tend to have to wake up early anyway, because you know, elf and also paladins, you have to like prep your spells and stuff. In the morning when you wake up and nobody is down in the tavern like waiting, do you head on over to the shop?
I have some tea first. Take my time.
Amazing. So I think probably around the time that like while Seer and Darren are outside and she's processing, that's probably around the time that you sort of get over to there and get into the shop with them. You know, of course, looking as regal and fine as always, because Flortman will never look anything else.
You know, Flortma gives me the vibes of Snape going down the halls of Hogwarts with the billowing cape behind him being dramatic as fuck. That's what I see Flortma as.
Exactly.
Incredible. Oh goodness. Okay. So yeah, so we head back inside and see everybody kind of, you know, doing their thing and stuff like that. So Flortma, you arrive, everybody's already down there just kind of hanging out, all that good stuff. And Laurel, of course, greets you when you come in and says, so you actually got to sleep in a real bed, and I'm guessing got your breakfast already, but if you'd like anything additional, bacon and eggs.
Do you have any tea?
Of course. Do you like herbal? So she just and she's had a pot steeping on the steeping on the stove because that's all she can drink is like herbal teas. But she goes ahead, like pours you some, and there's various things you can add to it on the table. But yeah, and Adrian is of course also drinking some because it's a nice thing that can make you feel refreshed, but it doesn't necessarily have anything additional to it like coffee does. So it's more gentle on his growing system. Which Adrian will dutifully repeat in a very half-awake mumble as he sips his own tea that's been like smothered in honey. But yeah. So Flortma, you're in the kitchen as well as Drax and Isla and Sutha. So y'all are just chilling. Sierra and Darren are out in the garden still at this point. But yeah. Anybody want to bring up anything to anybody else? Oh, sorry, what?
How's everyone feel?
I feel good.
Aye, not bad at all.
Anybody need any fixing?
No,
Sierra's mental state.
Drax is going to say, well, Sierra might when she comes back, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm okay. I feel fine.
It's lay on hand, not lay on therapist.
That's Kasune's job.
I mean,
Sutha, you looked like you were about to say something.
Are we near woods?
I think there's a small wooded area, at least in Opal.
Yeah,
we're kind of up in the mountains, but I think we have a small wooded area.
There's a small wooded area kind of on like the western edge of town, like right before there's like a bit of a drop from the mountain cliffs. So yeah, there's a little bit of a woody area.
And Sutha go for a walk.
Sure.
Awesome. Sutha gets up from the table. She sounds like an old dad when she stands up. She's like, ugh, all the grunts. And she's like, I have a headache. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like from us?
Nope.
Okay.
Is there a bottle of wine anywhere nearby?
Oh my god.
Maybe perception check?
Alrighty. Put up. Dice.
I had to just steal from my mom's stash. That's fair.
I rolled a 10. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Wait. How do I do this? Stop. I don't need to edit anymore. Review character. I did things. I'm so excited, guys. You have no idea. Oh, it's 10 plus 11. So.
Whoa!
21.
Use the fuck.
21?
What?
Wow.
Yeah, okay then. So yeah, you notice as you're heading toward the front, you definitely notice that there is a small, like mostly closed little storage crate that's got some slightly dusty bottles because obviously she can't drink, Adrian can't drink, and Arakiel doesn't seem like he's the type to drink alone. So
Do
yeah, there's
not
some
let
wine bottles.
Arakiel drink alone. This is why he's based off The Witcher, goddammit.
Sutha looks at the mom and is like, can I has?
If you want some hair of the dog to cure that headache, sure. I won't be drinking it anytime soon.
No say. Sutha just kind of grabs the bottle and just like walks out with the blanket still.
She just kind of does like one of these and does like mage hand, and it just kind of like plucks the end of it and takes it back in the house. Just sort of like, maybe not that.
That's great. Uncovers her head. It's just like, it's a lie.
That's kind of what she's like. She's like,
Okay. Well, Sutha, you haven't gone to do, especially since you've been gone for a couple of sessions, so I kind of want to follow you and see what's going down. So you're heading.
Thing we talked about.
Vaguely, but remind me.
I'll send you a text message.
This
Thank
is
you.
shit that can't be discussed on stream. It's that serious.
Actually, it's pretty freaking cool, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. I think it's been a little while since we discussed, so brain is just not putting things in place.
That's
Like
what
it should
Ray
be.
do. I had to wipe my eyeballs.
What? Oh.
Magnetic lashes? The liner is waterproof, so I had to scrub my eyelids.
Okay.
That hurt.
Okay, yeah. So, Susan goes for a walk. I don't know if you actually want to go into that walk or if you just want to leave it as she goes for a walk.
Up to you.
Up to your discussion. So Sutha goes for a walk. And she just wants to like just get away from people, clear her head, do that thing she normally does, because she's not a people person and she's not a feelings person and she does not like talking about feelings to people, so it just doesn't work. So she goes to the wooded area with horrible directional skills. So it takes her a minute to get there. She's hungover, she's got a headache, and for some odd reason, like, her body hurts. Just like her jaw hurts, her head hurts, her hands hurt. She's just like, it just feels like everything has a headache.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not used to that feeling.
That's fair.
So she goes for a walk. And when she gets to the middle of the woods, like, how big is this woods? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take over a story or anything like that. So if I'm
Honey, you have not been here for a couple sessions. Take over away.
It's about, I want to say about half an acre. I'm trying to compute that in my head. It's about a football field and a half square.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not huge, but it is like, it's been mostly left alone because like it's a place where people can go to like forage things or get like components that they wouldn't otherwise have access to, just because it's a bit more wooded. So yeah.
Okay. So she goes into the middle of said wooded area. Does she see anybody there?
No.
Okay. She just like sits down in Indian style and she just like meditates for like a quick minute, just to be like, okay.
All right. Yep. Clear your mind. Mindfulness, all that good stuff.
So she does that for a couple of minutes and she just thinks over like all the shit that's happened and like the shit that happened with Dante, even though I'm not particularly good on the details of what happened with Dante. The shit with devotion, the shit with the family, just personal shit, and the fact that she's just kind of homesick at this point. So she kind of just does not know how to process all of that. So she does what she normally does and lets out a big old fucking roar.
All right.
In the midst of that roar, her top canines start protruding. And her hands grow claws. And her roar turns into a different kind of roar.
Where's Zutha?
And
I'm sorry, what?
That transforms into a bird.
What?
Where bear Sootha?
She just
Y'all know
multiplies
not know
into a
that was a
druid.
thing for the totem of the bear.
It's not.
It's not a thing. I thought it was
Hold
like
up,
a,
hold up. I'm
like a
gonna
werebear.
sneak onto your character sheet.
Oh.
'Cause I have
Oh,
access.
oh no, I know what it is.
Did you multiclass again?
I did.
Oh my god!
Did you multiclass into a druid?
I did.
Oh my god!
Oh, this is perfect. This is amazing.
So yeah, Sootha's just a bear right now. She's just gonna go do bear things. She's stressed.
Why do I feel that Sutha would be
what's
like,
happening in the world? I'm gonna live in the woods as a bear.
Oh my god! She really did multi-classes.
I'm sorry, only dogs
Reject
can
it.
hear you know what.
Reject humanity, embrace Burr.
She
Return
embraced
to
the
Burr.
bear.
And that's how Smokey the Bear came to be in existence. It was really just Sutha.
Nuh-uh, that's how Brother Bear came into existence. So yeah, Sutha turns into a bear, and she goes in on her berry way.
Just like, I don't want to be a human right now. I'm just going to be a bear.
Oh god, that's the audio I was looking to earlier. I was like, I look at this man, he's just like, I don't want to do this no more. Just walked up with the bear.
Fuck this people shit.
Fuck this people. I don't want to do this no more. Bear.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Sutha's able to become a bear now. I've been waiting for forever for this shit.
That is amazing.
I was excited.
this has my entire seal of approval.
That's literally all I wanted from Druid. That's all I wanted. I was literally like, can I just be a Druid? Can I just turn into a bear? That's all I want to be able to do. You could do anything else to me. Just I need to become a bear.
You just need to be able to be a bear when I
She
want
is
to
legit
be a bear.
She is a barbarian.
Oh no!
Amazing.
With a bear totem, and she's the bearer of teeth. This works so well.
Oh
I'm
my
so
god. You've been playing this from day one just to make bear puns, haven't you?
Yeah.
Wait, it says yes too.
That's
Been almost 2
dedication.
years.
That's dedication on god tier level.
I've been playing
I
this
am
for a year, guys.
Oh my
And I am
God.
so happy and so proud of you right now.
Amazing.
This is character edition, guys.
Amazing.
This is character development.
Kitsune says the level of pun is approved.
As it should be.
Mhm.
So yeah. So Sutha, you finally found a way to bear all of the burdens that have come to be upon you, and you decided that you just need to take a little stroll, maybe take a little pause in your time.
Stop, please, stop.
You
Wait.
really
We're still outside. Do we hear the bear roar?
I don't think so, because this is on like a slightly different part of town. I think it's a little
Gotcha.
too for y'all
Good
to
to know.
hear.
Because I
Yeah,
would be
but-
terrified.
Yeah, but you know,
Bear's here for years.
but when it really comes down to it, you know, you're in for the long run and all that good stuff, and you've got a lot to go on to, so you're trying to, you know, keep your claws dug in so that you can maintain everything you need. I'm not sorry. I made like 5 puns and I don't care. Anyway, so yes, you're taking this time to kind of reconnect, to process everything, because when you go into bear form, true, you retain a lot of like your own mental stats and stuff like that. Like that's fine, but you also do get kind of inundated with all of the stuff that you get to recognize and focus on while you're a bear, because it enhances all of your physical senses and your physical abilities and stuff like that. So for a little while, you get to just kind of be as a bear. And it's nice because bears don't have to worry about things like emotions or the fate of a city or what the fuck is going to happen with somebody that you don't know how to like approach the situation. Like, you don't have to worry about any of that. Bear just knows hungry, eat food, tired, go sleep. That's it.
Eat fish, poop in woods.
Honestly, yeah, like it's fine.
Back rub on tree.
Back rub on tree. Back rub on tree. You managed to find a very good pine tree just for that purpose. But yeah, so you have a pretty good time, you know, brought down to just those bare necessities that you could focus on.
You're not gonna stop, are you?
No.
There just needs to be a clip of all the bear puns.
You want to? Here, go ahead.
Kitsune, clip all that shit.
But yeah. Anyway, so Sirtha, you are free to just sort of enjoy some of your time as bear. Totally fine. And I think it's early enough, and it's also like just that time of the season that like there's not really going to be anybody here to kind of like bug you. So you've got this whole little patch all to yourself, which is also, I'm sure, nice. But yay!
As a bear.
You're a bear.
I've literally been waiting so long for this. You guys have no idea.
So long. Goodness gracious me.
It's
I have a
been
plan.
84 years.
Kinda, yeah. It's been like forever. Like, not even gonna lie, a lot of this was like planned out with her character, but I didn't want y'all to know.
You don't ever let us know anything about Sutha.
Don't make
No.
it really sad when I tell you. Just wait till we go to
why stop
Diamond.
this?
But
Why
it
stop
also,
going?
it also just shows you have the most self-control next to Flortma about revealing stuff about your character.
Meanwhile,
Wait
the
till we
opposite
go
end
to
of the
Diamond,
spectrum.
it's gonna be a shit show.
Oh my god.
Funnily enough, Shuta has lots of self-control in this regard. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, I want you to learn all my secrets.
Oh gosh. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think you just get to honestly like just zen out and have like some chill time and get to just be a bear for a while. And honestly,
Just bear all.
yeah, you know,
I'm trying not to.
you got a
break
lot of
my
burdens to
lid.
bear, and you just gotta
I
figure
got a lot
out.
of burdens to bear.
You know.
I need another fucking drink.
Hope you can bear the consequences.
Stop! This is unbearable! I had to get it in there just once. Just once.
I cannot bear leave you guys.
Oh no. Oh.
I hope all the puns don't give you pause.
Oh, come on.
Y'all just made me chug bourbon. I hate you all.
Oh.
Barely
This is an
even
opportunity
humor.
to say Bearbin, and I'm very disappointed in you.
I am
This
not.
is barely even humor.
Oh.
It bears repeating. That was so good. Oh, Brian, I love you. Okay, I'm done, I swear.
I've got bourbon all over my fucking pants.
Yeah. We're calling this episode the bear episode.
No, the title is gonna be Suddenly Bears.
Suddenly
Barely
Bears.
there.
It's
Oh
quite
my
literally
god,
on
we
the
actually
bear
committed Suddenly Bears.
Yep.
And
Who's the committed Suddenly
bear.
Bears?
But
Suddenly Bear. It's
bears
quite
will always
unbearable.
beat Battlestar Galactica.
You are all unbearable.
We know. We are well aware.
Grin and bear it, guys.
This background stays up till the puns stop.
I'm sorry. It's that's funnier to me considering that that man has the last name of Wiener. I don't care if you look at me disapprovingly, Anthony Wiener. Your name is a penis joke. I can do those all day.
Amazing. That's just not a joke, Jim. Um. Anyway. Okay. So it's about it's a little after 11:30, which is roughly when we take a break, and I feel like it might be a good place to take a break. So let's take a quick thing. Everybody refill on drinks and snacks, go to the bathroom, and then we'll come back and continue this, probably sans puns, so that we can actually continue the storyline. Either way.
I hate you all. Minute ad break.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my stomach hurts now.
You know, at one point, Winnie the Pooh was rumbly in his tumbly too.
Oh. Oh, bother.
Okay, I'm done. I swear. Kinda. Maybe. Who knows?
This is fine.
There are too many pun addicts in this group, and I don't appreciate it.
This entire campaign is just a pun, I think.
This entire campaign is a meme.
So we're like the third episode of the Star Wars prequels trilogy.
Yeah.
I've gotten into a really weird business mode today. And it has not left me yet, and it is almost midnight. Don't like it.
I'm fine. This is fine. I'm fine. I can't fucking signature my own artwork. Anyone want some ASMR?
I'm good, thanks.
It's an eraser. It's an eraser.
I know. I'm just too deprived for this shit.
Doesn't even have good vibration on it. I mean, the tip might, but I'm not sure if you want to stim with that.
Bye bye, goodbye.
This is fucking payback, okay?
Give me good vibration.
Why do you think I'm covering my face?
Oh yeah, that's some good brr brr right there.
Motherfucker went brr.
Motherfucker went brr.
Eraser go burp.
Brr.
I'm crying. Oh.
I also like how that got out of me my weird prospector laugh. I don't know when I turned into a no, that's the Master Roshi laugh. That's what that is. Master Roshi.
Oh.
Also, I put this up earlier. I never actually told you guys. One good thing did come out of my that trip to Hot Topic again is I found something they had, and I'm like, yes, please. This is a bag of 75 makeup sponges, and it comes with, included as a bonus, it's got this thing, and it has the sacred egg.
Egg.
egg sponge.
I have the officially trademarked egg now. That thing cost me
Yeah.
$20.
Oh, so just all of these.
Yeah.
75 pieces of sponge. Foods bonus blending sponge.
Can I just say, opening this bottle is probably one of the most satisfying sounds. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but
Oh, I approve.
Yes.
Have y'all watched Warehouse 13?
yes, Claudia's
Loosely
like-
over several years, yes.
Marty, I didn't know you were a homosexual. Are you what they call a bear?
Oh my fucking god, you asshole!
Oh damn it, Brian! I thought we
I
were
was kind of
done.
like, wait a minute. Why would you rather bring up Warehouse 13? A very good but very underrated show.
It was. And like Claudia was my fucking idol.
Oh, she's fantastic.
I love her.
Granted, the only downside I have about her as an actress that they put her in the same role, playing the same character in too many things,
Yeah, she got typecasted pretty quickly.
which is sad. Kind of like Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then again, Felicia's casting in Supernatural was a little bit better. She doesn't get to do stuff.
You mean Felicia Day?
Yes.
Because that's not the same person that played Claudia.
Oh, I know, but they are also best friends, and they do
Oh, yes.
they do a
I'm
lot of
trying to
stuff
see where
together.
your
At least
mind
they did.
connected.
Yeah, no, they are no. They were the two. They were at the time often confused as the two redheaded nerdy girls in every nerd show on Sci-Fi Original. You know,
Mm-hmm.
God, I remember Sci-Fi. I also remember that Sci-Fi Channel used to they put out Sci-Fi original movies. They weren't Sci-Fi original movies. They were movies by the Asylum, which likes to make knockoff terrible movies. Some of which are like, this is questionable. Like it gets into some territories. Like their paranormal there was their version of was Paranormal Entity. So Paranormal Activity. That got in some weird places. Was like, I'm sorry. What? That's not what the first thing. No. Granted, paranormal activity got convoluted as fuck later down the line, but at the same time, it was still interesting. It didn't get into. It got weird, but not the kind of weird that the Asylum often got to. I'm like,
I mean, when it came to the Paranormal Activity movies, I liked the first one and the second one, but then it just went, what?
Yeah, it's just like, this is one convoluted fucking demon. Why? Why are you so fucking convoluted, Toby?
It was more
Toby,
just like,
Toby, why do you look? Why are you a demon that has more steps than IKEA furniture?
it was more just to the point of like, okay, yeah, random, like, I like the prospect of that it's just a random demon haunting random people, because these days people always like, what do they do? Like, what do they do? Like, and everything. I'm like, well, sometimes they don't have to do anything.
Yep.
And that's what the first two movies like gave.
That's
to me
what
personally.
you assumed it was about, and then like oh wait,
your
it's
family's
all
part of a
connected.
like, oh, so your family's part of a witch's coven. Oh, okay.
Well, it's more of a cult. Is it? I mean, granted, have you seen the whole series?
Yeah.
It's very culty near the end.
Yeah.
It's very culty. Like, oh, granted, they had people jumping through mirrors and shit. But the last movie, so I'm just like,
I will say though, I can't remember which movie it was, but Like one thing I would give, I think it's either the third or the fourth, but that the husband, the way he died.
Oh yeah, we got broken in half like a pretzel.
Yeah, just like stepped like the so-called demon stepped on his spine. I assume grabbed the head and just went.
Oh,
And I'm like, yeah.
Snap into a Slim Jim. It was probably the most violent. It was one as far as the series itself went along. It was aside from the last movie, which was just a whole lot of violence. It was probably I think that was number 2, if I remember correctly. But it was it was really the only like actual violent thing.
Yeah.
Everything's like spooks and some that had the potential to be violent or that could have done some real damage. Most of the violence was off screen or more implied. That one they're just like, nah, snap.
Yeah, it was like, oh well, okay, that's a severed
Oh, why
spine.
did-
I'll call them.
Goes by one of my favorite phrases. Okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Okay.
Well, we don't have time for that. Oh, we have a little time.
So we ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Here's
I think we're all recovered now.
Ears open.
Overflow of cute.
Probably not from alcoholism, but we're recovered.
Recovered from bar.
Okay, so in that case, I think we'll do a quick hop back to Moonstone, check on what's going on with those guys, and then sort of go from there. We're gonna leave Sutha to kind of just enjoy just getting to exist as something that doesn't have to have intense emotions for a while, because honestly, I get it.
Yeah. I feel
I
that.
totally get it. Okay. So so yeah, so I think back over in Moonstone, Zinc, you and Devotion, of course, wake up in the morning. You're by yourselves. Gary is just kind of chilling on your face when you wake up. Just all that good stuff. He didn't really, do watch, but that's because he's a gecko.
I imagine he went.
Yeah, basically.
Like, yeah, he's not a chameleon. Chameleon, he just like me.
Yeah, chameleon's good. Okay, so sorry, words. So you guys are chilling in the morning. Do you plan to just eat in town, or Zinc, are you gonna try and make like a quick breakfast out here, in the wilderness?
No,
We have supplies to cook.
we can eat inside unless Devotion wants to eat outside.
I mean, if we have the supplies, Devotion can make a pretty mean breakfast.
How did you sleep, Devotion?
Well, I slept. That's about.
Yeah.
I can feel my legs again. I'm not sure I want to because they're kind of sore, but
Yeah, I barely remember going to bed.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
You didn't get to be involved. He's one of those. Okay.
I think the town will be okay though. We should probably check on them before we leave and maybe say hi to our friend in the caves.
I was thinking that too.
Do you want to go back to Black Opal?
I'll fly there on my own. There's some places I want to scout out first.
Okay.
I won't get myself in any real trouble if I can avoid it.
That's okay.
And this one simple decision would lead to his eventual death and dismemberment.
Probably.
Again.
We never saw him again. But we also, since things have calmed down a little bit, we should probably talk to the mayor about options going forward with her. Since what I did learn talking to him out here was that the whole silence outside of town thing was to protect her more. Nothing really to do with Lathander or the barrier. It's more to protect her, but people were more willing to comply with that stipulation because of the barrier's effects.
Well, with all fairness, the last thing I want to do is give these people a bunch of new rules to follow when they've just gotten their free will.
Well, that one might stick. But people who are in the know about it are probably, the entire town is more likely not in the know of why.
Hold on 1 second. And Zink is gonna sort of just like stand there and like put his hands together and like this. And he's just gonna be like, "Oh, Lythander, bringer of light, what path do you recommend for us to take today?"
Devotion is just kind of
Roll me a religion check.
that is a good point. I do need to check
Also-
in with
11.
you need to check in with the big guy. My big guy.
You think maybe you feel the sun a little warmer on your face for a moment, and then it dissipates. Also, quick thing, just to make sure, his name is Lathander, Lathander.
Yeah. Zink
Does
is
Zink actually like track that?
Nope, it's Lythander. It's Lythander. And if anyone questions it, it's fine.
Amazing. All right, just wanted to make sure it wasn't a case of like you just misheard me.
Zink is not a cleric. Zink is the opposite of a cleric, but he's trying to make Forma proud. So
That's adorable.
he's like, "Thank you for your wisdom. We shall shine the light upon their faces." Yeah, I got nothing.
I gathered that.
I think that let's check in with the mayor first. Let's try to avoid bringing up anything God or otherworldly and focus on just continuing a plan for them to sort of rebuild. I think the most important thing that we should instill in them is that, like, even though they have a choice now, they can still live a peaceful life here.
That'll be up to the people. But the spring does need to be protected.
Yes, I agree.
How they're going to do that is something we can discuss.
Let's discuss it after we talk to our friend, the spirit
I'm
person.
sure she has some opinions on that.
I'd also like to share my memories of what just happened with them, just to, add it to the archive.
I imagine she's going to be getting a lot more confusing memories coming in soon. So before she's over, maybe good to talk to her before she's overwhelmed.
Agreed. All right. I'm
making breakfast.
Ooh.
I'm making omelets.
The breakfast. Okay. Well, I'll start packing up camp, and he starts using his prestidigitation and like rolling stuff up and.
Yeah. One good meal and complete breakdown of camp later. Y'all are in the city. And tracking down the prospector, who is currently, since it's still I think fairly early in the morning, he's currently outside of the mayoral house, and kind of directing people where to go. It looks like he's actually got some clerics and stuff from the various temples that have already had a good night's rest, or that were basically like maybe elves that have been born in the city that just don't have as much of a need for rest, that are already kind of like up, alert, ready to go, all that good stuff. And he's kind of giving like various things like, okay, so I need you group to like go to this part of town and make sure that you help out everybody there, make sure you collect like people that need extra things, make sure everybody's doing pretty well, and if people have additional complaints, try to take them down, bring them to me, and we'll try to get this all kind of resolved. Around noon, try to get people back toward the town square so that we can have a general discussion, and we'll go from there. And he's like, and like I said, the queen is sending backup, so soon we're gonna have help with all this, but for now we just gotta go.
Toshin, we should probably check in with the queen, huh?
Yeah, that's what I intended to do while we were back at the campsite.
That's okay. I'll forget stuff. I'll go talk to the mayor while you do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Blessings upon you. Blessings upon you. Lathander praised.
He's kind of like, pick up the stone.
Amazing.
Okay. So I have 25 words, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Good morning. Quick update. Barrier is gone. People having emotions are scared. Mayor handling it well. Send help soon. Short kick.
Okay.
There we go.
You get you.
What was that?
Oh, you have 5 more words if you want them.
Oh, so we'll minus the short kick for the moment.
You pooping? No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Laura. Don't want to steal your line.
How soon till your visit?
Okay. So, you get a response.
And then
You get a response.
we'll move the short cake to the end.
Yeah. So you get a response fairly quickly. And she says, help on the way. Special cleric contingent helping move faster. Should be there by sunset. Moonstone is last on tour. Could be 3. Sorry. My arrival in 3 weeks. There we go. It's 25.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, basically yes. There. So she then sends her additional message, which I think she also did the first time to try and make sure you had all the info, which is why she didn't send again. So then she sends from her end her additional information. of what the fuck was that?
Oh, sorry.
She sends her additional message of Drustin refuses to alter itinerary, can't go without security approval. I will be sending ravens and other messages as moral support until my arrival. And I think she just sort of city okay.
Motion gonna go.
Everything's great.
Okay.
Everything is awesome.
City itself, okay. Missing a temple, but that's due to events. Stone no longer the gem is destroyed. Lythander is freed. People will adjust. They chose Mayor well. Will relay your message to him. I think that works.
Okay.
Sorry, my fish just tried to fight a plant. It's really distracting. Silly fish.
But yeah, that's what my reply is.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, so she can't reply any further to that because that was just your reply.
That's why I played bigger that information. I'm gonna get an earful in the morning. What do you mean?
What do you
Please
mean?
explain.
What do you mean a temple and the magic superstone is just gone? The fuck has happened?
Sitting here like that son of a bitch.
So yeah. So yes, you guys get that info. Now you can of course do with it what you will. The mayoral prospector, excuse me.
Probably because he's tired.
The mayoral prospector notices y'all after he's sort of dispersed everybody else. Well, more specifically, because Zink, you're still in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
So he notices devotion and not
Well,
you.
I think went up to the stage last night when they were like talking and stuff. So he knows.
Are you in the same disguise from last night?
Yeah, because I still need to look like the Lathander priest.
Okay, gotcha. I'm used to Darren who like changes it every time he rolls the die. So I was just like, okay, you're a different short one.
Yeah, I think it's essentially the same. Like I think before he was like a half elf priest with Anubis gear, but then like now that he's a Lathander follower, he's sticking with the same visage, and he's like a halfling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Multifaceted priest.
Okay.
Fucking televangelist.
So
oh, Lathander is here in your hearts.
Respectfully, no.
I think as the priest will walk up to the mayor as Devotion is doing the call, and he'll just be like, "It's so good to see you guys coming together. It's cities that work as a whole to do the best I've seen."
Hello, Booker.
Yeah, Booker's just like, Father, I require attendance.
Light be upon you, Booker.
Anyway, so yeah, he the prospector kind of like looks over and and like kind of claps you on the shoulder and is like, yes, honestly, exactly that. But the end is in sight for all of this. We can all do this if we just pull together and be the community that we still can be, even without the barrier making it have to happen. I know that we're all good people at heart here, and I believe in us as a people. So
Wait, is that how they sound?
yeah, I don't remember exactly what I did for his voice, but this is what the prospector sounds like right now.
Zing's actually gonna like just like sort of like stave a little bit of like the caricature that he's trying to pursue here, and just put like a hand on his shoulder, or is it her or him?
The dude, if I remember right.
It's a guy, yeah.
Okay,
Milo.
so
Yeah, his name is Milo.
He's also a halfling.
And he's just gonna be like, it's all right. You guys are going to get through this. You're very strong. And even without the barrier, you are Moonstone. You are a city. You are strong. It's going to be okay.
Your backup will be here soon. As Dorson, yeah, I'm doing it. Comes back to him.
Oh,
Great news.
how soon is soon? Some rando in the crowd.
Nightfall, before sunset.
There's a little mini cheer that kind of goes up. You see, we just have to tough it out until then, and I know that we can do that, right? Another little mini cheer. Okay, I'll see you all.
I have some more updates concerning Her Majesty. She has been updated on.
Perhaps we should go somewhere more private, since crowd members can hear us.
That might be best.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Let's just go backstage for now. I don't want to go all the way back to my home, all the way back here.
Of course. That's all right. These old knees need rest anyway.
Wait, what?
Sorry. Let's continue.
Did you say these old thieves will rest anyway?
Oh no, knees.
Oh, knees. Okay, I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because he looks old.
I'm a high priest or something, so.
He looks old.
Well, I
mean, old for. It's hard to tell old for the halfling.
Halflings are a halfling.
Halfling lived for quite some time, so old for a halfling is subjective.
Magnum.
Yeah.
He's got a little salt and pepper going on in your disguise.
Is what brings us together today.
Okay.
Maui.
So yeah, we're talking behind the curtain.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, so update me exactly. If things will be here at nightfall?
By sunset, yes. They have a cleric attachment that is helping them continue moving. So, bit of on the road healing, keeping them going to get them here faster. Which is much sooner than I thought they would be here. Even with that, seems she got on that quite readily when I asked yesterday.
Well, there are big changes happening here, so.
Yes, he kind of like looks to Zink almost a little guiltily. She did ask about the town, and that when she I sent her the message updating her on town's needs and such. She responded that there would be help. She will be arriving in around 3 weeks for the visit, so you have a good amount of time to have for that. Actually, getting to meet her in person and as yourself this time.
Yes. If I remember correctly, that's roughly when she would normally get here for the tour. We're the most remote out of any of them, even with the cities in the Azures. So we're usually one of the last, if not the last, I believe.
she will be sending ravens and other messages to you and to those in town to raise morale and to keep you updated. She told me that her chief of security isn't going to allow for any changes since that's probably for the best.
I've met her head of security a few times over the years usually just during the brief times of the swaps between the court and the mayorals, but
there was one thing that man is concerned about is that it is the safety of her grace.
He's doing exactly what his job entails, and nothing will dissuade him from that. I do remember that.
It's an admirable quality. I also gave her my glowing review that your people did indeed choose well their leader. I think once you get more settled into yourself, you will do great things for your people.
That is the hope. Something I know we're all going to be struggling with for quite a while is how much of what we do, what we say, how we feel even is a direct result of who we actually are or what we were shaped as.
Well, you're all going through this together. And again, together is how you're going to just build Moonstone into something even greater than it was before.
If we have anyone left, I wouldn't be surprised if the entire town up and leaves just to make sure they don't have to live with the memories.
That's understandable. The Temple of Lathander, the priests will be helping as much as they can, and until the temple is rebuilt, I've settled them in the inn. I will not be able to stay for the duration, of course, but we will do everything we can to help the city acclimate to their newfound free will.
You missed quite the light show. I did have the idea of bringing you along with us when we released him, but you had your priorities straight.
As soon as the barrier dropped, I knew if anybody was feeling as I had felt that if I was any kind of a leader, I needed to do something. So
very good.
You've done very well.
I did also tell her about the stone and Lathander and those things, but I didn't tell her until the reply to her message. So I'm going to likely get an earful tomorrow, which is going to be fun, because I just kind of left her with that without a way to get back to me. I'm going to be in trouble, but I told her the things in order of how I felt they were important, and first and foremost, right now, the people here are important. Our adventuring mishaps, well, that can wait. Speaking of,
you see a mischievous smile like on Zink's face as he just looks at you like,
you did, you goofed.
Yeah, pick the queen.
I pissed off Monarch. That wasn't a good idea. He will sort of like lower his voice scale down. There is the concern of her.
Our friend.
We were going to visit before we left. Mm-hmm. Do you have a plan in mind?
I know she's been here for quite some time and hasn't really been revealed. And that was true even before the barrier. It's very hard to put things into perspective. There are many things that I simply took for granted as had always been true. but I believe that was simply the barrier's effect to make it seem as natural as possible. So I believe it is possible to do so. I think one thing that I'm planning on doing is getting a better and more secure door that would lead down into that area to begin with. Maybe even making it look like it is a shaft that has collapsed or otherwise it is something that it shouldn't be, but nothing that's necessarily created from magic, so as not to draw attention to it. It's simply a special door that will open on a hidden switch, but it looks as though it's blocking off a tunnel that's dangerous or has a gas leak or something else like that. Then no one's going to be tempted to go down into it. And if there's no illusion magic for people to reveal, he kind of looks at both of you and go a wandering. Hopefully that won't encourage any other curious people from going in there.
That's an excellent.
Ingenuity, a creative idea, I'd say.
I dare say this city is in good hands with you in charge here.
That does bring up a question. Concerning the court prospector.
The court prospector, I don't believe has ever. That is somebody that was appointed. They are a citizen, but they're always the court one is always appointed by the sovereign, and the mayoral is elected by the people. So they are someone who lived here or who is from here, but I believe for our particular court prospector, I believe she and her family were born here and very quickly took to being our main trade location within Amethyst Halls itself. I don't believe she's ever stayed here for very long, and now that I think about it, she usually tended to do an elaborate camp setup as opposed to staying in the mansion, at least for this generation. I think the ones in the past have left, but
Interesting.
Very.
I don't know.
Well,
I
let's
don't know
look
if
into
she's ever actually been under the influence of that.
Yes.
I think they will. He kind of looks towards Zinc, and then looks towards him. I would, as odd as it's going to sound, I would suggest putting their notification lower on the totem pole for now. They'll eventually find out, regardless of when they are informed, and the chaos that has ensued will be an adequate excuse for not notifying them sooner. But that is
Well, just to make sure, I did send out a raven last night. It will arrive when it arrives, either way.
A word of caution, if I may. There is chaos here, and you are helping bring order to that chaos. But don't trust everyone at face value, ourselves included. But mostly, we've had incidences where prospectors have been working with, how would you put this, devotion?
those with duplicitous interests.
Yes. Thank you.
We ask you to trust us because we genuinely want what's best for you, your people, and the kingdom at whole. But given everyone's current state, it would be easy to overly trust, and to accept help from people you may not understand. He'll kind of move his hand into his pouch and take out two symbols sort of pressed into leather, one being of the keepers and the other being of the liar's tongue.
Mm-hmm.
If you spy anyone, and I mean anyone, these marks, they are not to be trusted at all. The triangular one is a literal cult. And I don't know if their influences stretch this far or not, but they're not to be trusted. The other one is, well, someone who would have very much liked to like to get their hands on the stone that is now gone, which they'll probably be a little bit upset about. But they are also they're not looking out for the best interest of the kingdoms.
Speaking of stones, do you have sending stones here? I know that you weren't able to use them while the barrier was up.
Honestly, I'd have to get some from outside here. We didn't keep things like that stocked.
Okay.
They may be bringing some.
We do have clerics that know sending, but it does mean that I would have to go to one and have to perform it.
For now, if you could just send to devotion here, I think just until we can get you some sending stones that connect to us directly.
I believe so.
I just, anyone asking about these like fantastical gems may be a threat, so just be aware.
Or our mutual friend.
But no, we don't want to scare you half to death. We have a city.
We don't even have that. We just want to be sure you do have allies.
And I don't exactly have instincts to rely on. They're new.
They'll come in. They'll work when you need them to.
Believe it or not, we've had to rely on just our instincts many a time. Now, if you will excuse us, shall we on devotion?
He'll like hand the two impressions to the guy so that he can know the symbols when he sees them, and he'll sort of just pat him on the shoulder. You're going to do a fine job.
May the light
Have faith. If not faith in them, you kind of look towards the sky and yourself. You'll find it's a much deeper well than people are willing to give credit.
Well
put.
We'll see if I earn it. But yeah, he bids y'all adieu and heads off. So I'm gonna hop back over to the other group, so we'll have to do y'all's visit with the spring probably next time. So yeah. All right, Sierra, you are coming. Sierra and Darren, y'all are coming back inside after Sierra is done processing. She's had to buffer a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Sierra in the garden trying to walk, but lagging and like skipping a few like tiles over to the left and then coming back. Anyway. Sorry.
Ah, fuck, I hit my nose.
What?
I hit my nose.
Don't do that. That's not good.
Oh.
His nose.
Hey, do you have anything in your nose? Don't forget.
I know, that's why it hurts. Oh, yeah, we head back inside.
Good stuff. Your mom is now, I believe, cleaning up sort of the remains of breakfast, washing dishes, all that stuff, kind of humming gently. Drax and Isla, are you also, and Flortma, are you also in the kitchen? Okay. Cool. So yeah, everybody's still in the kitchen, probably just relaxing.
Where'd Sutha go?
I believe she needed some time to think on things herself. She took a bottle of wine and went for a walk.
Alright, this morning just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Well, she won't come to any harm here. The town knows you all fairly well.
Meanwhile, we cut to a bear roaring in the woods.
Cut to a bear that was. Sorry.
So, what is everyone's plans for the day?
Taking a much needed mental rest day.
Yeah.
Might go shopping or something.
Hmm.
Have we gotten any word from Zinco Devotion?
I don't believe we have. No, we haven't gotten anything, but honestly, no news is good news at this point.
Do we want to check in on them, though?
It probably would be smart if you want to send them some kind of message.
I mean, I can send them a message.
That would be grand.
I'm gonna cast Sending.
Okay. To Zinc or
Zinc.
Okay.
You're like, just checking in. Hope everything in shithole, one word?
I'll allow it.
In shithole is going okay. Planning to stay in Black Opal for a bit. Update us when need be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Sierra. I thought you were here for a moment. City is fucked, but we're helping fix it. Checking on Spirit. See you soonish?
Well, city is fucked.
What?
That's what Zinc said. The city is fucked, but they're doing their best to help with the damage.
Great.
They're going to check on the spring in the mine, and they will see us soonish.
Well, as long as nothing has gone horribly wrong.
Well,
You just put that energy into the universe, Isla.
I'm trying my best to be positive, okay?
you know what? Some optimism is not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be honest, if anything, I'd say Devotion and Zinc are probably the best people to have it handled. I mean,
Zinc has literally become an overnight worshipper of Lathander and is trying to spread the word of his god. You put a lot of faith in him.
maybe that's what they need. Someone who was more approached by the god himself rather than someone's own hubris.
That is true. He does have that up on. He does have that one up on all the priests of Lathander that are still in the city. He's actually
True.
met the guy.
Hmm.
And hugged him. I remember him doing that.
Multiple times, if I remember. Well,
Do we plan on staying in town for a bit?
I have no energy nor mental will to go anywhere else at the moment.
You might regret saying that because, Mother, how would you and Dad like to take a vacation?
A vacation?
Vacation.
I think all of us here are in need of a vacation. You especially. And it's probably the only way to keep the Queen from sending us to another location without a rest period. So I was thinking you and Dad take a trip down to Pearl. Maybe for a week or so. We can stay here in town, watch over the shop. I know how to run it. Make sure Adrian stays out of trouble.
It would be nice to have some true sort of alone time, especially before the baby comes. Are you sure you want to play live-in babysitter for a week?
I don't mind at all.
I'm sure that we can all find different ways to entertain Adrian.
Trust me.
Him especially, and Sierra will point to Darren.
My rule about the experiment tree still stands.
It still stands.
Experiments only at the tree. I don't want to come back and find my house pockmarked with little burn scars from your eye stalk. you good, Sierra?
He really doesn't know how to take her at this point. He's just like, okay.
What? Okay.
Sorry, my brain is horrible, okay?
That's fine.
Is it fine though? Is it?
Could be worse.
Could be worse, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so, vacation. Would you like to go?
Sure. I suppose the quickest place to travel to would be what, Crystal Lake?
Possibly. Don't they have a teleportation circle near there, right?
Oh, well, yes, I suppose.
Crystal Lake's like a half-day ride from here.
Yeah. Huh. I was simply thinking about going to the nearest possible location for a vacation. I hadn't thought about.
No, actually go to Pearl.
Right.
Cause Dean, there is a teleportation circle in Pearl, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. A very well-manned one.
No, I mean it. Go to Pearl. I know you've been wanting to go for the longest time. Get out of the mountains, you crazy woman.
And she kind of, you see this very interesting, like, little flickering expressions of flickering of expressions. There's this moment of, like, it's almost like habitual, like, you kind of see this very habitual thing that you recognize instantly, where it's kind of like she curls into herself like she used to do all the time with Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like a deep breath, and then she kind of like puts her hand down a little bit and pats her tummy. Yes, I can go to Pearl. And I will. Just
question for DM. Do I remember the nicest pub or inn that's in Pearl?
Yes, you do.
All right. So I don't.
It
What's it
is
called?
it's specifically because there's that whole thing where Pearl and Abalone go back and forth at each other, like they have that very intense rivalry between towns. So the best inn in town by design is called Abalone's Envy.
I love it.
Love it.
And the
shade.
best inn in Abalone is called Pearl's Bane.
God, these are spiteful port
Nice.
towns.
This has been going like they have literally been like those towns have been rivals since they were created.
Mm.
Literally.
Mhm.
So yes.
Right.
So Abalone's Envy.
When you and Dad get into town, stay at Abalone's Envy. Tell the innkeeper Clara recommended the place. Don't question the name at all, please. Just tell them that. You'll get a nice deal there.
You know, I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth. She just as a little thing like for background that you can know, she's assuming that this is like somebody that you know from your past and not that it's you. she doesn't think that it's you.
Let's just say Siren Song got a really good payout one night. Sierra felt fancy and stayed at the nicest fucking inn in that port town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't catch me dead there.
Nope.
Find the most raucous joint around.
Yep.
Gosh, amazing. Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh. So yeah, so she completely is on board with this. She's gonna take, I think, she's gonna let you know that she's gonna take the rest of today, to pack stuff up, make sure that Ari knows. Ari tends to, he has very erratic sleep patterns. He's actually already been like up and about and just kind of going through his like morning. I don't want to say martial arts routine, but basically he kind of has taken up like Tai Chi now that he actually can do it again, and it helps him to focus and like calm down, kind of thing. So he does that in the morning to kind of help center himself, or if he has like, a night terror from everything. So she'll let him know when he gets back. She'll make sure that Adrian also knows like that they're not like abandoning him. It's just a little while kind of thing, because Adrian of course has already like run off to do something with business, and she'll let the people at the library know that she won't be here for a bit, but that's okay.
Poor kid stuck with me for a week.
Lord help us all. So yeah, before she goes off to do all of this, though, Sierra, are you sitting at the table or are you standing?
I'm standing.
Okay. She's going to come around the table and she's just going to do like one of those big, like motherly hugs and sort of thing. And she's just going to be like, just very gently, just to you specifically, she's just going to say, thank you. Thank you for making this something that I can do.
Spent 24 years cooped up in this place. You should get out every once in a while.
Yes, maybe I'll sing a sea shanty in one of the pubs down there. I don't even know any sea shanties.
You'll learn very quickly. Best part is they don't care if you're off pitch or off key. They really don't.
Perfect. Funnily enough, your father sings like an angel.
I wonder why.
I've just never been able to figure it out. But yeah, she's definitely like all a flutter and excited about that. So she's gonna go and get all of that prepped for the day.
Sorry, I'm so focused on Leo right now. He's just like, yes, yes, I'm getting all the scritches.
Yes, look at your boy. Oh,
It's
look at your
God.
Oh.
Oh.
Boy.
It's definitely God. He's glowing so brightly.
So bright.
Alright. And
Amazing.
alright, so my mom heads off to pack and stuff. for the
Yeah,
day.
she's gonna go give notice to the places that she needs to first, and also like tell Adrian like face to face before she starts packing.
So I turn to everyone who's in the room.
Yeah.
So I just bought us a week of time to do whatever we want here or in the neighboring towns. And I swear, if the queen tries to send him somewhere, I will literally tell her to fuck off.
I'll be right there with you.
We all
Yeah,
need this.
like-
My mother definitely needs this. And when Devotion and Zinc get here, we can let them know what's going on. And when Sutha gets back from her walk, we can let her know what's going on as well. Because we have a lot that we need to unpack about what happened in Moonstone.
Yeah.
That's to say the least.
I don't want to get too into it since we're on the start of our vacation, but we do need to discuss these elite gems. When the time comes, we need to discuss it.
Do we want to
Because
do it?
do we want to do it now, or do we want to do it later?
Well, shouldn't we wait to talk about it once Devotion and Zinc get back?
Yeah, we should probably wait till everyone's here to discuss it.
Because it's kind of an important subject that I don't think we should leave anybody out of.
Yeah.
We have a vacation that we talk about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. I like that idea.
It works for me.
Real quick. Flortma. What's up? You get this little tingle in the back of your head that you recognize as a sending spell. So it goes through because it just does. And you actually hear sorry, words. You hear the queen's voice in your head. I literally just rolled a die to see who she would contact out of the party of like the people that she's met. Literally.
So lucky she did not contact Sierra just now.
Literally, I rolled the die and I was like, okay, this number, screen, da 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 da. Okay.
Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear her voice, and since of course you don't have the sending stone to her, you know that this is like she has a cleric send the spell, so you're only going to get your one reply. But you hear her voice in your head. Much has happened. There is much left to do. Nothing is suspicious or needs attention. Payment will come where you tell me. Get some rest.
Cool.
It's just like it.
So your reply can be 25 words and it can be whatever the fuck you say. I would say the only thing that you should definitely do is tell her where to send your money.
Yeah.
So the queen says we can take some time off.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Tell me this is also the message going through to the queen.
No.
No. You can choose what you say back.
They're like, what?
What?
The fuck?
And she wants to know where to send payment. We're all going to be here. I'll tell her to send it here. And we can just relax for a little bit.
Awesome. We could all use it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her to send it to. Hold on. I want to run outside. Did my mom change the name of the shop back to her maiden name? Or has she not had time to change the sign yet? Because it has
I don't
my
think she's had time to
stepdad's
change the
name.
sign yet. And I think it's one of those things where she's still deciding because the shop's been here so long, it's tied to more than just Ferris as a whole. Like it's that like easily recognizable thing. So she's not sure if she's going to, and that is still technically Adrian's last name. So I don't know if she's going to, but she hasn't yet. So it's still the same.
I'm just outside. I just say to myself, we'll discuss that later. And I'll run back inside. Tell the queen to send payment to Loffensted's gem shop in Black Opal. We're going to be here.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
Sorry. Peyton's real excited about y'all getting paid.
When did a pit fiend come into Black Opal?
Adrian! Did you summon a fucking pit fiend in the house?
Right.
Where have you been?
Adrian, what you got there? Adrian with a pit fiend and a smoothie. A smoothie?
I might have to make Howlers a thing.
Oh God.
Anyway, sorry. So, continue what you were saying. I'm so sorry.
Just have the payment sent to the shop here. I'm going to be staying here the whole week. I'll make sure that everyone gets their payment.
So I send back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. After Moonstone, we need some time off. Please send payment to the shop's name that I can never remember.
Loffensted's gem shop.
There you go.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Of course, she's not going to send one back, but you know for a fact, because it's how the spell works, that you've received that. So y'all are aware that you're going to get your money soon, basically. I have to decide exactly how much it's going to be and if there will be magic items included in that. That's something that we can discuss elsewise, though. I might make it a thing where each of you gets to choose like one rare or very rare item within reason, and that will be included as part of your payment, but we'll discuss that later off screen. So I think with that in mind, since it's just about time, I think the last shot that we're going to get of this is it's honestly just kind of idyllic. It's very nice. It's this kitchen full of it's this kitchen of like your family, Sierra, filled with your additional found family, all just here and okay for the most part, and like not with impending peril. With like a couple little fade-in shots of like Sutha as a bear and Devotion and Zink helping out and stuff like that. And I think it's just like a very nice, warm scene that we get to end with for once. Yeah. So yeah, and I think that's the point where the credits roll.
I just realized the eye is missing on this. Fuck.
Oh no.
I can't believe the queen didn't contact her BFF, who literally asked to God to look out for her. I see how it is.
Bruh. I literally just rolled the die to see who it was going to be.
I'm totally kidding.
Her crush.
There's no way Zink would ever know, unless Fortma was like, guess what, bitch? The queen talked to me instead of you.
I mean, you might eventually, if you're like, wait, we got paid? What? How did she know where to send it?
Yeah.
Oh, she sent it.
Yeah, if Zink had gotten the sending and stuff, he would know where to send it so that the majority of the group would get it, probably.
I mean,
He wouldn't know if it'd be at the shop or at the tavern or...
Worst case, we could just pick it up at because we can always travel there.
Are you fucking kidding me? I want my money right fucking now.
It's my money and I want it now.
It's my money and I need it now!
JG, what worth?
It's a dash now! It's a dash now! It's a dash now!
It's not been brought to you by JG Weapons.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Hold on.
This is what gets us DMCA'd.
Yeah.
Lord
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm taking a train of thought of Sutha in the woods. I'm a bear. It's my money, and I need it. Just like shooting across, just like as a bear. It's like
I want it now.
She needs to buy some
scares
picnic.
some poor hunter. Some poor hunter's like about to take a shot at Sutha. She just starts talking. My money, and I need it now.
What?
Fine.
That bear needs honey. Because she's a bear.
Now picnic baskets.
Picnic basket.
Hey, boo boo. That reference
Hey,
is
boo-boo.
older than most of us.
So yeah. So I hope y'all had fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's always the hope.
At least this time, Devotion gets to relief a disaster instead of cause a disaster.
I'm gonna head out. I gotta go to
Okey-dokey.
Yeah,
sleep.
go to bed.
I'm
Okay.
tired.
Sleep.
We're gonna
Love you
head off.
guys.
We're gonna head off from the stream here. Thank you everyone who stuck around to watch. I'll have it uploaded on YouTube over the weekend. Sleep well. Have a great weekend. And it is a Friday yet. Mwah. Love you, bitches.
Be with
Bye.
Bye.